This isn't just a building, it's a survivor. For nearly 1,000 years, these very stones have witnessed the entire story of England. Crafted from local red sandstone, the Church of St. Mary the Virgin in Stoneleigh has seen it all. The ambition of foreign conquerors, the tremors of medieval rebellion, the chaos of the Reformation, and the stubborn influence of one powerful family. But what secrets are they keeping? Its walls hide doorways blocked up centuries ago, and the ghosts of murals that have long since faded. Its floors conceal the tombs of forgotten priests and mighty aristocrats. So let's unravel the history of St. Mary's, from its ambitious Norman beginnings to its dramatic medieval overhauls, and learn how to read the stories hidden in its ancient stones. Number 1. The Norman Conquest and a Statement in Stone. Our story begins where so much of English history pivots, 1066. The Norman Conquest wasn't just a change of leadership, it was a revolution in stone and mortar. Across England, the Normans kicked off a building campaign on a scale never seen before, tearing down old wooden Anglo-Saxon structures and raising formidable stone churches in their place. This was architecture as a statement of power. Before the conquest, the Domesday Book of 1086 tells us 2 priests served Stoneleigh, but nothing of their little wooden church remains. Instead, in the late 12th century, a new and profoundly different building rose from the earth. This is the core of the church we see today. A Norman creation, ambitious for its time, with a chancel, a nave, and a western tower. The style was Romanesque, which is basically the essence of Norman building. Massive, robust, and permanent, and, think thick, powerful walls and those distinctive, rounded Norman arches that define the era. This wasn't just a new church. It was a message carved in stone. The conquerors were here to stay. The most jaw-dropping evidence of this Norman ambition is the chancel arch. At nearly 5 feet thick, it's a monumental piece of engineering and art. The Normans didn't just build for strength, they built for symbolism. And if you look closely, tucked into the geometric patterns, you'll find tiny, almost secret figures. Here a serpent, there a bird that some identify as a dove while others say it's a pelican. These tiny sculptures, surviving for over 800 years, are a rare glimpse into the minds of the Norman masons. Just as remarkable as the church's font, it didn't actually start its life here. It was brought from the ruins of Maxstoke Priory, where it had lain half-buried for centuries. Dating to around the 12th century, its bowl is carved with vivid figures of the 12 apostles, each in his own little arch. It's considered one of the finest Norman fonts in the country, a masterpiece of devotional art that survived dissolution and decay. Number 2. The medieval overhaul. For 2 centuries, the Norman church stood more or less as its builders intended. But in the 14th century, that was all about to change. The rigid, fortress-like feel of Norman design was giving way to a new, more elegant style, the decorated Gothic. This was an age of soaring arches and larger windows, designed to flood sacred spaces with light. Around the mid-1300s, St. Mary's underwent a drastic rebuilding. A south aisle was added, a project that meant cutting directly into the original thick Norman nave wall. Can you imagine the sheer effort it took to punch through that solid masonry, replacing it with graceful pointed arches that draw the eye upward? The church was literally opening up, becoming lighter and more spacious. The West Tower, originally Norman, also got a facelift. Its upper levels were raised in the 14th century, giving it a bolder silhouette against the Warwickshire sky. But clues to its origins are still there. If you look at the tower from the north, you can spot a blocked-up Norman window, a quiet reminder of the building's first life. This layering, Gothic on top of Norman, is what makes churches like St. Mary's so fascinating. They aren't the product of a single vision but a physical timeline of faith, technology, and taste. There's even evidence the builders planned to give the chancel a full stone vault, like in a grand cathedral. The springers, the stones that would have supported the ribs, are still there, waiting for a ceiling that was never completed. Why? Maybe the money ran out, or maybe ambition just got ahead of ability. Whatever the reason, it's a tantalizing "what if" written in stone. This era also left behind some of its people. Near the chancel arch lies the worn stone effigy of an unknown 14th century priest, his features smoothed away by time. He was discovered during later building work, a forgotten clergyman who dedicated his life to this building and now rests within its walls for eternity. What comes next is a story of royal drama, family power, and brutal civil war. If you want to follow us into that upheaval and see how one family made this church their own now, it's a great time to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss what's next. Number 3. A family's church and a king's refuge. The 16th century brought the Reformation and one of the biggest shakeups in English history, the dissolution of the monasteries. The nearby Stoneleigh Abbey, a powerful Cistercian house founded in 1154, was dissolved, its lands seized by the crown. In 1561, the whole estate was snapped up by Sir Thomas Leigh, a Lord Mayor of London. This single act would tie the fate of the parish church to the Leigh family for the next 400 years. The Leighs became the church's main patrons, and their influence is everywhere. They treated the building almost as an extension of their family legacy, a stage to showcase their power, piety, and prestige. Their loyalty to the crown brought national drama right to St. Mary's doorstep. During the English Civil War, the family's support for King Charles I was absolute. In 1642, when the fiercely parliamentarian city of Coventry slammed its gates shut on the king, it was Lord Leigh who gave him refuge at Stoneleigh Abbey. This act cemented the family's royalist credentials and put them right at the heart of the conflict. The Leigh who left the biggest mark on the church was Alice, Duchess Dudley. Born Alice Leigh, she was a formidable woman who lived a truly dramatic life. After her husband, Sir Robert Dudley, abandoned her and their 5 daughters to flee to Italy with his mistress, she remained in England as a powerful and wealthy landowner. She was a noted benefactor, founding the picturesque almshouses that still stand in the village. In 1644, King Charles I recognized her family's loyalty and made her a duchess in her own right, an extremely rare honor for a woman, granted for her lifetime. When she died in 1668, her status was immortalized in a spectacular monument that completely dominates the north side of the sanctuary. Crafted from white and black marble by the great Nicholas Stone, one of England's finest tomb makers, it features a stunning effigy of the Duchess lying above that of her daughter. It's a masterpiece of funerary art, a breathtaking statement of status that ensures no one ever forgets Duchess Alice. The family's connection just kept growing. A vestry was added in 1665 to serve as a burial vault for the Leighs. Then, in the early 19th century, a north chapel was built specifically as a Leigh family mausoleum, filled with monuments to successive generations. Today it's a general chapel, but its original purpose as a private space for the Leighs tells you everything you need to know about their relationship with the church. Number 4. The Victorian touch and an enduring legacy. Like so many ancient churches, St. Mary's got a major makeover in the 19th century. The Victorians were obsessed with medieval architecture, but their idea of restoration could be a bit aggressive. At Stoneleigh, the south aisle wall was completely rebuilt, and the old south porch was demolished. The east window, while in a medieval style, was heavily altered. Much of the church's furniture, like the box pews in the west gallery, also dates from this period of enthusiastic, if not always sensitive, renewal. These changes are just another layer in the story, reflecting the Victorian urge to regularize and improve the ancient buildings they loved. Yet through all the changes, the church has held on to its soul. Today, St. Mary's is a Grade 1 listed building, a title reserved for sites of the highest national importance. But it's no museum. It remains a living place of worship, the spiritual heart of its community, hosting services, baptisms, and memorials, just as it has for centuries. A memorial to Lieutenant Edward Henry Leigh, a family member killed in World War I, is a poignant reminder that the church's story is woven into both local lives and global conflicts. So when you walk through Stoneleigh Church today, you're walking through time. You can stand where Norman masons laid the foundations nearly a millennium ago, You can trace the elegant lines of Gothic arches that replaced their work. You can stand before the tomb of a duchess whose family hosted a king and see memorials to generations who called this village home. This building is so much more than stone. It's a chronicle of conquest, faith, ambition, and memory. Its walls have absorbed the history of England itself, and if you know how to look, they are still telling their stories. From the raw power of its Norman chancel arch to the aristocratic splendor of the Lee family monuments, St. Mary's Church is a microcosm of English history. It's a place where you can physically touch the past and feel the weight of centuries. What part of Stoneleigh's history did you find the most fascinating? Let us know in the comments below. And for more journeys into the stories hidden inside Britain's greatest buildings, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching.